Good evening, everyone. So glad you're here with us tonight. I'm Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host. We are having another fun night of just community sharing. So anybody is open to come on and share what you've seen with the technology and or how it's affected you, how it's affected people that you've seen using it. So we will do that tonight, but the call will be for about 30 minutes. I am going to just get started with our medical disclaimer. So tonight, what we'll be sharing is for informational, educational purposes only. The products we discuss are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any dis-ease. If you are on medications or pregnant or nursing, just like with embarking on any new health regimen, diet, or fitness program, please make sure to check with your preferred healthcare practitioner first. And so with that, we will just get started. I can go over the technology, kind of at the end, just give for any of you that are new tonight or anybody that's watching the recording and just kind of share with you how the technology works. But I had a couple of great experiences today. A couple of people that I came across who were in pain or just different kinds of discomforts throughout the body, some, in the neck and shoulders and head pain. In their thumbs as well, just like, random things in their thumbs going on. One of the gentlemen was very interesting. Just thank you for anyone who served our country. Just so appreciate you and the sacrifices that you and your family have had to make. He actually had been blown up multiple times and so has shrapnel in his body in multiple places. So in his back, in his shoulder, he's had multiple surgeries. And because that they, haven't been able to get all the shrapnel, and this was like years and years ago. He's 52 now, so this would have been in his 20s. And they couldn't get it all. So like the shrapnel will move and cause random problems that they can't figure out. Like nobody knows what's going on with him. So he's had all kinds of strange things happen. Like one time his entire lower half of his body just completely went numb. I mean, they had to pick him up and get him in the car and take him, to the hospital. And 7 days later, he was able to walk again, but they don't know why it happened. They don't know why he started walking again. They couldn't figure anything out. So he's basically like a test experiment. There's several testing things that he's turned down because, this one he was telling me about was like they were going to put him in this room. And I have never even heard of this before, where it gets like super, super hot. Like they heat up this room and then he couldn't remember. He was thinking it was like purple dye. Like they put this purple dye in you so that they can try to pinpoint whatever's going on with you. So he was like, no, I think I'm going to pass on that one. So because every other test they've run, it's always come back. They don't know what's wrong with them. They don't know, how to help them. So anyway, thankfully, what was going on in his head, we were able to get that to reduce right away. He said he'll start to have like these halo pressures, around his forehead. Sometimes it's not like it's not like a normal like head pain that someone would talk about. So, he's like that was starting. So we got that to kind of stop. And then the shoulder, the discomfort there, we got that to stop. And then his thumbs, he had more mobility in them. So that was huge for him to even be able to have that kind of mobility. So I was super thankful. It's one of those where I told him, I was like, this is one of the reasons that, our inventor and founder decided to make this technology, because there's a lot of people that have these issues where, and have pain and nobody can figure it out. And so to have something that's non-medical, non-transdermal, no drugs, no chemicals, to help break that pain frequency in the body is huge for people in his situation. So I was so thankful that, I was able to give him some relief today. And then another gal, she had a really bad fall not too long ago, and she hit her head. She slipped and hit her head. And so she kind of has these flare-ups from everything with that. She's gotten great chiropractic care and all kinds of care, but we'll still have these, random flare-ups. And so she wasn't all the way there today, thankfully, but she was just like turned to me and was like, Nikki, do you have any of your patches with you? Can you do anything for me? Did you put your patches on this morning? She's like, no, I rushed out so fast. I'm like, okay, we're just going to get you all patched up. We'll see if we can. So I, used the ice wave and moved him around because, like, she had some stuff going on over here, but then we figured out it was actually all, up in here, like on those occipital lobes back here. And so that's where she felt like, so I just was moving them. I wasn't placing the ice wave. I just held them and moved them to different spots. And then finally here, white right, tan left, we were able to get some reduction. And then I texted her a little bit ago and she said, oh my gosh, so much better. Like it just helps so much today. So thankful that we have this option for people, and just for people to know that they can trust us and they can come to us, and they can ask us to see if we can help, because they're tired of taking stuff, or the stuff they're taking doesn't work very well. So anyway, so I'm so thankful. Who else would like to come on and share anything going on with you, or especially if you guys haven't been on in a while, if you haven't gotten to tell some of your story, or those of you that have been on the technology for a really long time, like maybe you've seen some things in the last 6 months to a year, that you'd like to share on here too. So please feel free to raise your hand, unmute yourself, and come on and share with us tonight what's going on with you guys, or those people that you've been able to help with the technology.
I have something to share.
Fantastic.
That those are some amazing testimonies, and I tell you, I mean, it makes me so thankful for this technology in so many ways. So for me personally, I have been experiencing, I don't know if it's like the weather and when it's stormy out, I'm very sensitive to barometric pressure and my head. I will start to get a headache. So what
Mhm.
I have done is I will take like a handkerchief, and the ones that kind of go over your hair, I will put that on and I place my patches on it for the brain balance. And that helps me on those kinds of days because, before this technology, I would just endure it and endure it. And sometimes it would last for days because the storms, come and they stay for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'm so thankful for this because I would be down for days. And in this case, I was just down for maybe an hour or so. So it definitely helped me a lot. So I'm
Mhm.
thankful.
Yeah, that's a miracle. I mean, days to an hour.
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with that kind of pressure, yeah, that's amazing. So, and I'm guessing you use X39, Eon, and Ice Wave.
I did use a set of ice wave on my temples because I could feel the pressure. And I used eons and carnosine for
Mm.
the rest of the patches. I didn't use any X39 because I had already had the X39 on my body.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Just so not on your head. You weren't using that on your head, but it was on your body.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So thankful. So thankful to have something to just grab that we know isn't damaging anything else. I mean, even like when you look at the reports that are coming out now about like ibuprofen,
Yeah.
even the harm that that's causing, which for most of us for a long time, we because we can just buy it, we just whenever there's a problem, we just take some ibuprofen. And now when you look at the research and the studies that are coming out, which how it's damaging your gut, like a lot of us knew that that was caused over a long period of time maybe, and you were taking it all the time, but not really understanding even the short term damage that gets created in the body from ibuprofen. So
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah, to have something that we're not having to put in our bodies, and just allow our bodies to work the way they were designed, and have that extra support so that they can help balance themselves out, which is what our bodies are designed to do. They just need the tools and the support to be able to do it. So yeah,
Amen. I love that.
yes. Anybody else? Did you have something else, Vicky?
I was thinking because I mean, I always have something else. So, for me, my journey started for pain in my body. I had fibromyalgia for years, so it created me to have pain all over, and sometimes it would be in knots in particular places on my back. and it was just so painful. And I mean, it would last for a while. And sometimes I couldn't get the knots to go away. And when I started patching at first, how my patching regimen and my routine has changed as I've started, because I don't have to deal with that pain throughout my body anymore. So I patched for that. And then I kind of focused on my lower back. And now it's just, I place the patches wherever I want them. So it's definitely a blessing, because I know it's helped me tremendously with my gut issues, the pain, the inflammation that I had in my body, and my sleep. I mean, it's just helped me with so many different things. I'm just so blessed by it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely huge for all of those reasons. And I will say too, I have adjusted the way that I patch too. I always wear patches on my low back, but I have taken some of those off and I've been starting to patch my knee. I've been lifting a lot heavier in the gym. And so I've had reconstructive knee surgery. I've had cartilage removed twice. So so as I'm aging, I trying to do all the things with, hopefully rebuilding collagen with rebuilding the cartilage with taking collagen and vitamin C and all of that, but using those patches around my knee too. And it makes a huge difference. It's just crazy. So that I can do this stuff without pain. And then if I forget to wear the patches, then I can tell I'm in much, much more pain. So
Oh my
yes,
goodness.
Pastor Ed, please come on.
Well, I want to tell you a little bit about pain, okay? And I'm not teaching or anything. I just wanted to let you know that there is accidental pain and there is pain from meridian, okay? And so when meridian pain comes, it could be from an accident or it could be just from, just discomfort or whatever. So I was working out. Actually, last night I was at a point that I wasn't going to work out because I had hurt my shoulder. And I said to my son after walking the dogs, you know what? Really painful there. I don't think I'm going to work out. And for me to not work out nowadays is like, it has to be big, right? So I said, you know what? Let me put an Eon right there. So I took the Eon from the back of my neck and I placed it right here on the actually it's not my shoulder, it was more like my elbow, and the pain went away. And I said, man, to me it's like I don't deal with pain much. Vicky's the one that has the pain all the time. I just deal with other stuff. But in my head I'm like, can it be this simple? It's like
Right.
it's good to be true. I said, this simple. The night before there was a pain on my knee, so I said, okay, well, let's put, if it worked on my elbow, it can work on my knee. I put it on my knee, the pain is gone. And so what I'm saying about pain is that it's not necessarily just an accident that happens, but it could be a meridian that has been broken. And the Eon, out of all the patches, that's my favorite. Even X39, but Eon's like right on the top there. Does so much for me. And of course it's not chronic pain. It's not like, oh my gosh, like sometimes I have headaches that I can't deal with and I'm too lazy to go get the patches, and I just moan and groan till Vicky finally says, "You want me to get the patches?" I like, yes, please. So I
Sense.
just want,
Sense.
yeah, it's men. We do that stuff. She's laughing because she knows it's the truth. But I just want to thank God that we have an arsenal, right? We have a weapon. And even the scripture tells us that our weapon are not carnal, they're mighty to bring down strongholds. And I believe this weapon that God has given us in this such a time as this is to help us, to help the body, to help not just our body, but the body of Christ, who a lot of us are sick, and sometimes maybe they don't take care of their body as they should. Well, this is not an answer to all the problems, but it sure is an ability to help us through it. And so
Absolutely.
thank you, Nikki, for allowing us to voice our opinions and our testimonies. We don't, this is how we defeat the enemy, that the blood of the lamb, the word of our testimony, and that we don't love our life unto death. So understanding that when we speak, we give God glory for what he has done through David, giving him the knowledge, and now for us to be able to take this to the highways and byways. And I don't know why I always bring scripture into this. That's just my mind. That's how it works. So if you
Yeah.
know, that's just the way that God works through me. But we have something, guys, and we can use it for ourselves. Imagine what we could do for others. There's so many people, there's so many bodies out there that need this instruments. They need this weapons to be able, so that we can go and proclaim God's glory through it. I'm not proclaiming that David is an angel or anything like that, even though my mom sometimes says that he's an angel. But I'm saying that he has heard the voice of God and now is using it to help our bodies. And what we can do is just to help others around us.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that is our homework, that is our ammunition, and that is what we ought to be able to do to help the least of them, right? It's not help the president, help the ambassador and all this. No, it's help the least of us. And the least of us is us, his children. So there you go. That's my preaching notes for today.
Absolutely. Yes, I love it. Yeah, ultimately, right? It's that we all have a calling. We all have a calling on our life. We all have something that we are supposed to do, that we're made to do, that we're gifted to do. And when pain and dis-ease enters the body, it cuts that short. Now, can God still use us? Absolutely. He works all things together for good for those who are called according to his purpose. But it does, it can't, I mean, Satan's come to steal, kill, and destroy. So ultimately, he's trying to shut us down from what we are called to do, what we are gifted to do. And so the fact that we have a tool and a technology like this that can allow people to have what they need so that they are not stopped in their calling as well. And so I love that. And I love that the way that our technology works with the divine design, with how God has designed us, is truly remarkable. It's the way I view that all of life should have been from the very beginning, studying the way God designed things so that everyone could have benefit, everyone could be benefit. So there's not any damage that's created. And so I love that that's David's heart, to know the true design, to study that, to follow that, to benefit that, to support that, so that we can have true healing, because it's our body. It's the way we are designed that heals us. So totally agree with you, Pastor Ed. I love it. I love it when you preach. So I'll come preach right along with you.
Amen.
Debbie, did you want to say something, my dear?
Yeah, I had two things. One, it was for a friend of mine who I was hoping she'd be able to get on tonight, but her husband's coming in from Barcelona. She hasn't seen him in a year, so
Oh,
I figured
wow.
I'd tell her story.
Yes.
She's complaining that she couldn't sleep, she couldn't sleep, she couldn't sleep. And so I said, just try the silent night. And I was honest. I said, I didn't get any relief myself, but from everybody else, I've heard how much relief they have gotten. So she took it, and she finally put it on Thursday night, and I didn't hear from her Friday. And so when I talked to her later in the day, she said, I'm sorry, not until Monday, she said, Deb, I slept like a baby. She slept, fell asleep when she was supposed to be working on Friday. I left it on for 2 days. I said, I told you 12 hours on and 12 hours off. She, from that, I asked her to please get on Ivan's call. That's it, just as a favor, not to do anything. She said, I want the patches. So she's
Awesome.
completely sold on the Silent Night. And now I thought she was going to get Eon and Ice Wave. And she says, no, I've been reading about the carnosine. I'm getting that too. So anyway, she
Awesome.
just loved the Silent Night and was beaming. And then for myself, I really wasn't ready to do the testimony because I'm still working on it, but I screwed up my knee really bad. And I didn't realize how bad it was. But people at church, this was like 3 months ago, they said, what's wrong with your knee? Is it swollen? And it was almost like a half of a baseball coming out the side of it. It was so swollen. So I started doing the knee protocol. And I finally went to the doctors on Tuesday. The swelling's gone. It's almost 100% better. There's still something wrong with it. He had no idea what it was. He wanted to give me a shot. And I said, no, I've been doing this. And it said it would take 3 to 4 months for the protocol. I'm on month like 3, and it really has helped tremendously. I'm still going for an MRI to check it out, but the
Sure.
swelling went down. Like, that was amazing. And I wish I would have taken a picture, because people
Yeah.
noticed it through my jeans how swollen
Wow.
it was. And I just
Yeah.
started on an ice wave, and it is amazing. There's no swelling at all now. And actually, when my doctor saw it on Tuesday, he finally said, okay, give me your card and I'll look into it. Because before he laughed at me and said it's placebo.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yes.
But I was going to wait
That's
until after
awesome.
my MRI and then do a testimony, but I figured I'd just throw it in there right now.
Yeah, we can definitely obviously do it again and just do yours. So that's fantastic. Praise the Lord. That's awesome. I'm so again so thankful, right? And I love the silent night too. So Debbie, that one didn't work for me either. But the interesting thing, I'll just give you some little tidbits. This is kind of like my own hypothesis about the silent night. So the mechanism of action of how it works is that it supports your serotonin in your gut, and then it turns on the melatonin for you to be able to sleep. Well, in our DNA, we have a marker that determines whether we have dysregulated serotonin or not. And so my little hypothesis is that if you have dysregulated serotonin in your DNA, that the silent night will not ever get to the melatonin. It will still support and help. So like I wear my silent night during the day because I do have dysregulated serotonin in my DNA. And so I know that I need that extra support. So I don't necessarily feel anything from the silent night, but I know that it is because of the way the patches work. I know it's still supporting my serotonin overall. And so that's why I continue to wear it, even though it's not necessarily helping me with my sleep. So those people who don't have the dysregulated serotonin, they get the results like your friend, like one night, second night, whatever, like they're sleeping like babies. I'm like, I am so jealous. That is amazing. So that's fantastic. I love that for her, because sleep is how our bodies heal. That's where we do all the regeneration, is when we sleep. So and people will just feel so much better when they can get that sleep. So I'm so glad you've shared the patches with her. And that's the other thing I wanted to say that I loved about what you said, Debbie, is that I really do believe that it is people individually taking the time to educate themselves about what our technology does. Because when they actually understand it, when they understand what it's actually doing, how it's supporting the body, it makes all the difference in the ability to just be like, yes, I get this, and I know this is important for me, and I know this is supporting my body in a way that I can't get in any other way. There's nothing else out there that supports our body the way that this technology does. So you guys keep thinking if you all have more stuff to share. Debbie, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, ma'am, not right now.
Okay, I will just go over real quickly. Our time has gone so fast. I'll just go over real quickly how the patches work. So if you haven't seen one, if you're new tonight, there are these tiny little patches, look like little stickers. Today, some of my friends were joking with me, or a networking group, that we're getting ready to do an open house with a bunch of the people in the health sphere. And so, they're like, hey, so all of these people are always joking. So you can come get cracked, you can come get poked, you can come get stickers put on your body, and all your pain's going to go away. Like, so we all have like this, crazy thing, and of course mine's the stickers, like the crazy sticker lady. She's gonna put a sticker on you and you're not gonna, your pain's gonna be helped. So anyway, so yes, these tiny little stickers that do these amazing things. So what's crazy about these tiny little stickers, again, when you understand what they actually do, they are FDA recognized and compliant as a general wellness product. There's over 20 years. So this company's been around for 20 years. It's actually a class 1 medical device that's completely non-transdermal. So like I said before, there's nothing transferring into the body. It's all completely sealed medical grade plastic on both sides. It's all working with your own body's infrared light. It's got a hypoallergenic adhesive, 96% effectiveness rate. That is extremely high. It's why when you put a patch on somebody and then they're sleeping that night. Okay. That's why I like this, the technology, when it supports your body and your body does the work. That's the most important thing you understand. This is your body doing all of the work. So it's not this patch. There's nothing transferring into it. It is literally the light switch that's turning on the electricity in your body so that your body can do what it's designed to do. Just like in your house, you turn on the light switch and then the lights come on. So it's extremely affordable. I was talking to a guy today about, he's looked at peptide therapies. He's looked, which are, a lot of injections. So everything he was looking at was injectable peptide therapies. He was looking at stem cell injections. So we're talking all much more expensive than this patch technology. So pennies on the dollar, like a cup of coffee a day to have GHK copper peptide elevated and activated in your body. So it's completely patented technology. I was reading several articles today about different companies that have really great technology and like the patents, okay, that they have. Not one article that I read about these other companies where their products seem really cool, they don't even have even close to 100 patents. Okay, we have over 200 patents on our technology. We have over 90 clinical studies. They didn't even, I think one of them had 60 clinical studies. Okay, again, over 90 clinical studies with the technology, truly remarkable. And like I said before, there's nothing in the world, there's no product in the world that does what this technology does the way that it does it. So it's, like I said, it's working with your own body's infrared light. That process is called photobiomodulation. So we have an infrared light that comes out of us everywhere. You can see that through night vision goggles. So you see it on a movie. If you've been in the military or, you do any kind of hunting, you know what night vision is. So you're looking for those, they call them heat signatures. But what they're seeing scientifically is a low-grade infrared light. That's a light that you're seeing. So that light is what reflects off the center of this patch back into the body at a very specific frequency, turning on GHK copper peptide, which is known as the fountain of youth. So can do so many amazing things in the body. So supporting regenerative cells, meaning that wherever your body needs help, it can send those regenerative cells there to that area to help support and regenerate, to support your entire cardiovascular system then. So at the cellular level, mitochondrial level, the entire thing, your heart, your blood vessels, the lining of your blood vessels, supporting your brain, helping to relieve anxiety and depression, to help brain fog lift, to be able to allow you to think clearer, to have more energy. For me, that was huge. That was one of the things that just changed everything for me. To have my energy back changed everything. That was amazing. So, and just thinking clearer, that was amazing for me too. Your collagen production. Most people just think collagen is hair, skin, and nails. It's not. It is literally the glue that holds your bodies together. So the cartilage, the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia, the meridian system that moves through your entire body. I was listening to David Schmidt talk today, and he was talking about how regenerative cells actually, they see now in studies that they're doing that they move through the meridian system. So you can use this technology then to help place when you're, all of the studies that we have are based on acupressure points. And that is then helping to move regenerative cells through that meridian system to potentially affect an organ that needs that kind of support. So that was fascinating listening to him talk about that today. And your immune system, most people just think it's, when I get a cold, when I get a cough, all those things, anything that we get diagnosed with has to do with our immune system not working properly. So to have something, that's just 5 things. There's like over 80 different things that GHK copper peptide does in the body. That's, I've only talked to you about 5: regenerative cells, your cardiovascular system, your brain, the collagen in your body, and your immune system. Just those alone that I can affect and support with one tiny little patch, to have that kind of support in my body is, again, truly, truly shocking. And just more support than you're going to get from any type of injectable. Not that you shouldn't do, some injectable peptides or stem cell injections. Maybe you still want to, but what if you don't have to? And what if you can save all that money and have your body then just do it itself, because now the light switch is turned on. It's not off anymore. The light switch is now turned on and things are starting to work and be supported again. So hydration is always key with this technology. The gal, the gal that I was patching today, I was like, because it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. And so I was like, have you drank any water yet today? And of course she's like, try not to look at me. I'm like, okay, let me go get you some water. So, so literally every time I'd move the patch, take another drink, take another. She's like, oh, I see how this works. You're going to force me to drink all this water. I said, yes, because you have to drink water. I said, you could potentially drink water and your pain would go away and I wouldn't even need to patch you. Like, do you understand how important that's how amazing hydration just all by itself. Like that's your body doing its job, being able to do what it was designed to do because of hydration, being able to move inflammation so it doesn't get stuck, so then you don't have pain. So, so it's one of those where hydration can change everything just by itself. So it's awesome that our technology works better and, works more often when you're properly hydrated. So that's really important too. So did anybody have anything come to their minds that they would like to share?
Dr. J is on the line. Hello, Dr. J.
Awesome, Dr. J. Do you have any cool stories you want to share with your patients with us?
Well, I have a lady, both her sons, son and daughter, they're both physicians, and you were talking about the knee, the lady before. She hurt her knee. She had both prostheses on both her knees, and she called me a day before yesterday to go to her house to bring her some patches because she noticed that when she doesn't wear the patches, she gets severe pains a lot more. And I took a photo of it of her knee. She was like all full of patches. And she said, "This is the best thing I could have ever found, was the patches."
Wow.
And her son said, "I want to meet the doctor too as well, so that I could, talk to him about it and learn a little bit more about it." But this technology is awesome, and like you hit it right on the head when you said about the water. Just by water itself, your body. I remember growing up, they say you need to drink 8 glasses of water a day, but I never knew about why 8. Everybody, all the doctors say 8. Well, your body's 80% water. So it's not only 8 glasses of water, depending on your weight, your height, and everything. That's the amount of water you're gonna have to intake. So 8 is like the bare minimum. But if you could do anywhere between 10 and 12 glasses of water a day, that's even awesome. Everything will get resolved by just doing water alone.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome. Yes.
So
Yeah. And
it's,
I can't wait. Do you have the water technology yet, Dr. J?
no, not yet. Not yet. I don't have
Okay.
it yet.
Yeah, me either. I'm so excited because I think that I actually struggle with my cells receiving nutrients very well. I feel like my cells don't receive nutrients. So I know that I'm super excited about the light infused water that we're coming out with, because then there's nothing to stop the penetration of the hydration getting into the cell
That is
because our
correct.
water is infused with light. And so the fact that now every cell in our body can actually receive hydration, that alone is why the test results and the studies that we have on the water system are phenomenal, because of the hydration that Dr. J is talking about.
Definitely. Hydration is the key. You
Yeah.
definitely need it. And with the patch, along with the patch, that's like a win-win, 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Yes. And thank you for sharing the stories of your patients too with us, Dr. J. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad. It's such a blessing. Anybody else?
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, thank you all so much for being on tonight. We're so blessed by your presence. Thank you for just choosing to take 30 minutes out of your night to spend it with us and hear some of these amazing stories. Please make sure you get back to whoever invited you to the call tonight. Let them know that you're ready to get started with the technology. Like Debbie was talking about, like, do some research. Get on patchtheway.com, PATCH theway.com. Go on there, look at the research, watch the videos so that you actually understand when we're telling you, like, the science that's backing this technology is truly phenomenal. But you have to know that for yourself. You have to, I can only give you so much information. You need to be able to see it, understand it, believe it for yourself, because what we're telling you, it's all there. It's all there to look at. So please get back to the person who invited you to the call. Ask them any questions. If they don't know the answer, they can find someone. They can get a hold of one of us that can help with that answer. But we are just thrilled to be able to share this as far and as wide as the Lord lets us with this technology. And so thank you all so much for being on tonight. We pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Right.
Good night. God bless.
Good
God
night.
Good night. God
bless.
bless.